What is the current immigration policy? Is that a fair question?
It depends on. So again, it's so vast. Like, are you coming over here as a tourist? Then you get a visa for 6 months.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And if you come here to work, you got to get a work. You got to have a passport and a worker visa. I think what we want to talk about is like, hey, what's happening at the border right now, and why are we in this mess, right? And I think we can kind of walk through that because I think it's important for you and the audience to know, like, to come to the United States, you have to have permission, and that starts with a passport and a visa. Now, there are so many types of visas, from entertainment to family to work, and it really just depends on what it is you're after. If you're coming here and you have a valid passport and you have you want to be a tourist for 6 months, you get a tourist visa. And you get it stamped and you fly in or drive in, you come to the port of entry, and you're free to move out the country for 6 months. If you overstay, then you could be deported. But most tourist visas are for 6 months. And in that window, you come and go.
So why do people not want to use the pathways, the legal pathways to immigration? Like,
it takes too much time. It's the line's so long. And that's when you hear people say the system is broken. It's because there's so many people in the system, and the line to come in the right way is so long. I mean, for example, if you're a small business owner and you can't find the workforce you need to maintain your business, it would take you probably 2 years, about $10,000. You got to deal with about 4 federal agencies to try to get those employees. Meanwhile, if you're just a startup and you're trying to start things up, you could lose business, lose that opportunity. It's because it's so convoluted and so long to wait.
If you need employees from Mexico,
out of country, anywhere.
Oh, from anywhere out of country.
Yeah, anywhere.
Okay.
And so it de-incentivizes, because for a small company to say, I got to spend this money and I may have to wait years to even get those employees, but I can hire this guy off the street now and nobody's asking any questions. That's why we've got to really clean up this mess, right?
I see what you're saying.
There's people that, like, they call it the death visa. They've waited for so long, like literally 20 or 30 years to get over here, that they've got to really work on that. And I do believe that if we can come up with that wide gate, that clearer pathway, that will, to some extent, reduce the humanity that's coming in illegally that's causing our security vulnerabilities. Yeah.
And when you say like people to being hired and businesses having to wait a long time, most of those businesses, we're just thinking like labor type of work. Is that what we're saying? Probably.
Yeah, in most cases, but you still have STEM type businesses where people have to There was work visas established, I think, in the late 60s, about 144,000 of non-immigrant work visas, certain criteria. And that's not a lot of visas for people from, and every country has a bite at that 144,000, I think is the number.
And that's still all we have?
Yeah, they haven't changed it. It's 2024. And that, I think, is where the frustration lies when you see.
Is that true? That's how many work visas? Can you
non-immigrant visas? There is I think it's around 140 something thousand. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what does that mean, non-immigrant visas?
They're not coming here to immigrate and stay. They're just here to work.
Oh my gosh, that's so few.
Yeah. Yeah. When you put that in perspective, how many people are getting caught and released into the country, and they're looking at, we want to give them work opportunities while they're waiting on their hearing, but yet you've had a quota established for over 50 years and you haven't willing to change that. What about the poor people that have been waiting in line to get that work visa? What about the business owner that has been waiting his turn to hire people?
It deters people from wanting to do it legally at a certain point.
Spot on.